Linda Mwananchi is not a political party. You know, these guys just, they surprise me and they shock me as well. Eh? You know, I've been in ODM long enough to know that there were always movements within ODM. There were always movements. I remember there was one called, what was it called? ODM Fresh. There were others running around calling themselves what. We have always had these movements within ODM. There is no requirement in the constitution of ODM that we must all do things together. In fact, what Mzee used to do, you would find that the young people are doing something in the coast, the women are doing something in Western, there is another team running around doing registration of voters. I mean, that is what gives vibrancy to the party, you know? So when I hear people saying, oh, we can only move together, I'm just shocked because I don't understand their motivation in saying. And by the way, when they were planning their rallies of this Linda Ground or these other activities that they do, they are the ones who started by excluding us. They never used to involve us. And number two, we had a way of doing things in ODM where the activities would be funded by the party itself, centrally. You know, even Raila, when we were low on resources, he would take his own money and put it in the ODM account. He would not give you directly at Sifuna, this is for the by-election in Bonjari. No, he would put it in the institution because Baba believed in the institution of ODM, you know, and then we would sit there as a leadership and say, we are going to run this activity together, we are going to do this together. And that's how we used to work. Now, this new format where they just decide they're going to do their own things, we also have the capacity because we're also political leaders. We also have support. So we decided, okay, let us go and make our case to the people. And the case that we are making is that, by the way, it's never too late to do the right thing.
True.
It's never too late to do the right thing. They know, all of us know what the right thing is. All of us know that the ODM base, the ODM supporters do not support William Ruto's re-election. He is bad for the country. Everybody agrees. So why are you forcing this decision on the membership of ODM? You know, all we are saying is this, that we you know, I made a commitment. I made a commitment to my boss at his own funeral that it would not be Sifuna to wreck his party. They are the ones pushing us to the periphery. There is nothing. If you sit down and look at the raft of accusations, at least the ones that they have filed at the PPDT, there is nothing there. There is nothing there that I have done differently from when Baba was there. And Mzee had explained to them that we are a democratic party. You must have room for divergent views. And I have a responsibility as SG to read resolutions of the organs of the party. Now, if I am the one, in fact, I was the one I used to write those resolutions and read them myself. I know there is no resolution of ODM to support William Ruto.
Okay.
So if I go out there and I repeat that position, there is nothing wrong I've done. You know? So these guys, what they do is they know what they get from William Ruto. Some of us, Dennis, we feel that we've been blessed enough. The people of Nairobi honored me and elected me as a senator of their county. There are certain perks that come with that. I didn't have anything that had my name on it in this city. But because they elected me as senator of Nairobi, I was given a mortgage by parliament. I have a house. I came to this city with nothing, you know. You get there and they give you a car grant, 8 million shillings to buy a car. I have a comfortable vehicle. I don't want anything else. Like, there is a level of greed that I see in people. Then I wonder, like, how... But the way Mzee used to move, you know, nobody ever thought that you would wake up one day and Mzee was gone, you know? So, in fact, the choice of Kitengela, you know, when the day that Mzee died, we actually had a party activation in Kajiado. There was a by-election there. I was dressed in my orange T-shirt. I was going to the ground, you know. And I wake up in the morning and I'm reading my messages. I see somebody who is in Raila's office. He just sent me a message that Amolo has left us. And I had spoken to him the previous day. He had told me he's well, he has left hospital, he's in this Ayurvedic clinic or whatever. So it didn't make sense. So we divert, we go to Mama's house in Karen, meet other leaders there. We had to stay there. President comes, We had to stay there and wait for Oburu. He was in Kisumu. I thought, because, he's the head of the Jaramogi family, I thought we were going to make the announcement there when Oburu arrives. Then Statecraft takes over. We are all told we have to go to State House. And I was so angry, when I got to State House, that we are doing this there. Then they had already prepared a list of people who are going to Mumbai to fetch him. Then they look, because I think it's just because I was there. They look at the list and it's just government people, and there's no one from ODM. And they're like, Sifuna, bring your passport, you'll go and fetch your friend. So I find myself in this flight. I'm looking around. I don't see enough of Raila's friends. I'm just wondering who are these characters. Even if Raila himself was to pick the people who are coming to,
you reckon it's not the folks who are on that
plane? It's not those characters, Bwana. I was so angry. We get to Mumbai. The indignity that I found my boss in at the airside there, it was just very difficult, And I remember people just saying, after, like, we go to Nyayo Stadium for this, what was it called? A state funeral.
Yeah.
And I guess I can't really begrudge the military because, once they take over, they have their own traditions. But we as people of ODM, and especially because Raila Odinga was a Nairobi politician, the feeling out there is that we as the people of Nairobi, we as the people of ODM, never got a chance to mourn Raila. There was not even a mention of his party at Nyayo Stadium. We used to do something with Baba when our grassroots officials or leaders in the party died. Me and him would place like the ODM flag on the casket. And even when there were state officers, like I remember when the member of parliament for Kibra died, we agreed with the with parliament that we can do half-half. Like the Kenyan flag would be half on the casket. We did it at Moi Girls, So when we are locked out like that and we don't get a chance to mourn our boss, our father, it was very, very difficult, And I see people telling me all over the place a few weeks after we've buried Mzee, saying, Sifuna needs to stop mourning and now just take leadership and we need to see a direction and so on and so forth, Yeah. So, I mean, it was a tough period for all of us. And we know that we cannot let the people down. We go to these places. We need to speak to the people. We need to speak for our people as well. And the reception has been fantastic. Despite all the threats, despite all the intimidation that has been thrown our way, the people have shown up. I must take this opportunity to thank the people of Kisumu. And personally as SG, I've been SG for 8 years and the support that I have gotten from Luo Nyanza, which is like a strong base for the party, has just been amazing, So we go to Kisumu and the people just show up, I think Kisumu was way bigger than Kitengela. The reception was amazing. The people were warm. People showed up on the streets to just wave at us, to greet us. We go to this church in Nyalenda and there's thousands of people there. We come out and the people come out with us. They walked for 4 hours just to get to the venue. There, So it has been amazing across the country. They said in moto ya gazeti, walisema itazima. But the people keep showing up. And for as long as, Baba used to tell us, for as long as you are on the side of the people, as a leader, you have nothing to fear. Yeah, because leadership is about